Welcome to KAJX.net's Round 3 review from Conondale of the MX Nationals. In the MXD, the top qualifiers were Cooper Posniak, Isaac Ferguson, Hugh McKay, Cody Dice and Caleb Barham. In the opening moto, the fastest qualifier, Cooper Posniak, didn't achieve the start he needed to be up front, but his lap times were very consistent after a massive crash in the first corner. At the pointy end of the field, it was Cody Dice who led every lap for the opening moto, which lasted 10 laps, while Cooper Posniak finished in 28th position. Morgan Fogarty moved from third place to second, while Caleb Barham worked his way from 5th to 3rd. In MXD Moto 2, it was the Moto 1 victor that was delegated to 2nd place. That was Cody Dice in an extremely close MXD Moto 2, where 10th place qualifier and Moto 1 runner-up Morgan Fogarty diced with Dice, with the lead changing several times for an epic conclusion to the final moto, which also lasted 10 laps. Callum Norton worked his way from 5th to 3rd. Overall for the Conondale round, finishing on equal points, it was Morgan Fogarty that took the round win on a countback as he won the final moto. Second place went to Cody Dice, third Isaac Ferguson, fourth Jai Constantinu, and Callum Norton in 5th. In 6th place was Jake Williams, followed by Caleb Barham in 7th. Jai Roberts was 8th, Hugh McKay 9th. 10th was Sam Kells, Wyatt Chase was in 11th, Benjamin Broad 12th, Dylan Wood 13th, Brody Ellis 14th, 15th was Josh Kendrick, Leon Torpy in 16th, Jackson Coulson in 17th, Cooper Posniak in 18th, Alex Watt 19th, Kane Fisher 20th, Jai Dixon 21st, Chandler Burns in 22nd place, Bailey Davis 23rd, Nicholas Lush in 24th, Joel Phillips in 25th, Liam Walsh in 26th, 27th was Josh Brewster, Quinlan Adams in 28th, Jed Palumka in 29th, Jake West 30th, Riley Stevens 31st, Co Barton in 32nd, Jesse Simpson in 33rd, and Nathan Keeble was 34th. In the MX2 qualifying, it was Jackson Richardson that set the fastest time, followed by Mitchell Evans, Wilson Todd, Aaron Tanti and Egan Masterson. In the MX2 Moto 1, it was Jackson Richardson that was out front early. He had a charge from Wilson Todd mid-race, with Todd leading for a few laps before Richardson regained the lead. While the two were battling, Mitchell Evans navigated his way forward from 10th place. In the final laps of the moto, it was Mitchell Evans who captured the lead and went on to win the moto. In the MX2 Moto 2, it was Jackson Richardson that worked his way to the lead early. He led for a majority of the race before being caught by Mitchell Evans in the final lap, who went on to win the moto. Egan Masterson sat in 4th for the opening laps before settling for 3rd place. In the MX2 overall for the round, it was Mitchell Evans, Jackson Richardson, Wilson Todd, Egan Masterson, Kyle Webster. In 6th place, it was Jaden Rikers, Aaron Tanti in 7th, Hamish Harwood in 8th, Dylan Wills in 9th, Richie Evans was 10th, 11th was Joel Evans, Ricky Latimer in 12th, Wade Kirkland in 13th, Jesse McNally in 14th, Thomas Ravenhorst in 15th, 16th was Bailey Coxon, Nick Sutherland in 17th, Jared Kelly in 18th, Cohen Chase 19th, Joshua Clivington in 20th, Jordan Conforto in 21st, Caleb Best in 22nd, Darren Sheck in 23rd, Levi McManus in 24th, Darcy Kavanagh in 25th, Lachlan Wilson in 26th, Lockie Latimer in 27th, 28th was Tristan Owen, 29th James Jaffa, and 30th was Carl Calridge. In the MX1 qualifying, it was Kirk Gibbs, followed by Alexander Tonkoff, Dean Ferris, Todd Waters and Luke Clout. In the Superpole, it was Dean Ferris, followed by Alexander Tonkoff, Kirk Gibbs, Todd Waters and Luke Clout. In the MX Moto 1, it was Russian import, Alexander Tonkoff, who was leading for the opening lap, before Dean Ferris took the lead and controlled the moto. Kirk Gibbs notched a fourth on the opening lap and was in second by the third lap. Todd Waters was in second place on the opening lap before dropping back to fourth and settling for third place. In the MX1 Moto 2, Dean Ferris led from start to finish, whereas Nathan Crawford sat in second place for a majority of the race before Kirk Gibbs worked his way from seventh on the opening lap to second place by the end of the moto. In third place was Nathan Crawford. MX1 overall for the round was Dean Ferris, followed by Kirk Gibbs, Todd Waters, Nathan Crawford and Cade Mosick. In sixth place was Luke Stike, followed by Jesse Dobson in seventh. Eighth was Luke Clout, ninth Kyle Peters, 10th was Kieran Hall, Alexander Tonkoff in 11th, Zach Small in 12th, Joel Green in 13th, Lachlan Davis in 14th, James Allen 15th, Hamish Harwood 16th, Brett Metcalf in 17th, Rory McKetcher in 18th, Isaac Newell in 19th, 20th was Darcy Jones, Matthew Torrington in 21st, Jesse Bishop, Charlie Creech in 23rd, Oliver James in 24th, Daniel Banks 25th, 26th was Trey Kuhn, 27th Russell Scoville and 28th Elliot Hobbs. Support class was the Gold 125 Cup. In qualifying was Cameron Taylor, followed by Joel Hall, Clay Kivington, Kerrod Mosley and Jade Oates. In Moto 1, it was Cody Mackey that led from start to finish, while Cameron Taylor worked his way from fourth onto second in the opening lap. Clay Kivington was in second place for the majority of the moto, however he had to settle for third place. In Moto 2 of the 125 Gold Cup, it was Cameron Taylor that led a majority of the moto. However, it was Cody Mackey that got control in late stages and won the race. Kieran Morrissey advanced one position over the race for third place. Overall, for the 125 Gold Cup, it was Cody Mackey, followed by Cameron Taylor, Kieran Morrissey, followed by Clay Clivington, Stephen Powell. In sixth place was Jades Oates, seventh Joel Hall, Darcy Kavanagh was in eighth, Jacob Dank in ninth, Sam Gary in 10th, Connor Rice 11th, Tom Roda in 12th, Scott Johnson in 13th and Steve Sweeney in 14th place.